You might be struggling with growing roses from cuttings using potatoes without any success. Not to worry, we will help you with some gardening tips on doing it the right way. Experiment on how to grow roses from cuttings using potatoes. Items needed: healthy budding roses stem with flowers on it, potatoes, corkscrew, root growth hormones, optional, glass jar or a plastic container, soil mix. Step-by-step guide. Step 1. Make a hole. Make a hole into your potato with the help of a corkscrew. Step 2. Trim. Trim off the flower stem, making the base of the rose stem diagonal. Dip the bottom of the stem in a root growth hormone. Step 3. Fit. Fit in the diagonal bottom of the cut rose in the drilled potato hole. Step 4. Plant. Plant the potato with the rose cutting inside a pot of soil mix. Dip it at least 3 inches into the pot and cover it with some soil. Step 5. Cover. Cover the stem with a glass jar or a transparent covering to protect your delicate leaves from sunlight damage. You can remove the transparent covering from time to time to allow your plant to breathe some air to prevent molding. Result. After about 3 to 4 weeks, we can now check the result of our experiment. If you pour out your container soil mix and look through the soil to find your potato remnant, you will find out the potato has decomposed and rotten and the resulting cut stem does not produce good root or any root. Also, you will find that the stem part that is inside the soil has darkened at the base even though the outer part looked green and healthy. If this is the case, it is an indication that there is no sign of success with this method. Can you replant cut roses? Yes, cut roses can be successfully planted if the correct procedures are used. However, these beautiful blossoms usually wilt and fade away after a few days. You can make a diagonal incision as close to the node as possible. Make sure to remove any visible leaves off the stem at this point. Then, submerge it in water and wait for the roots to appear. After you can see the progression of roots on the rose stem, you can transfer it to the soil and watch it thrive. Remember that cut roses grow best in indirect sunlight. How to root roses from a bouquet with a potato. Here's what to do. You would need to make the same diagonal incision as mentioned above. Thereafter, you would need to make a small hole in the potato that you choose to replant your roses. The base of the stem should then be pushed into the hole in the potato. You can now plant the potato stem in the soil. Ensure that the soil is moist when planting your roses. After a few weeks, you can check if the potato has started to grow roots from the rose stem. Although hormone gel is not necessary, it can be used to enhance the chances of root development. Rose and potato myth. Potatoes are indeed a great source of moisture for rose cuttings. They, unfortunately, lack the nutrients that the flowering plant needs to thrive. Your rose plant can be easily exposed to fungal infections which will endanger them. Therefore, to have success when it comes to rooting roses, sticking to proven, tried, and tested procedures is advised. How long does it take rose cuttings to root in water? Rooting rose cuttings in water is among the easiest ways to grow new roses. It is easy to implement, requires very little gardening equipment, and also yields favorable results. For the most favorable results, it is best to select your cuttings when the rose bush is in its growing season. This is because picking the stems at this time enhances the chances of the rapidly developing roots within the expected time. Just as we have outlined, growing roses from cuttings using potatoes are not so effective. Rather, growing a rose from cuttings without the use of potatoes will give you a healthy and reliable result. If you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.